take big franchise like Call of Duty, big franchise like this, developers they don't want to take any risks. They know it's gonna sell simply because the name is big. So the games are very boring these days. I don't really enjoy my triple A's. So, in order to relieve my boredom and Adams, we chose today to talk to you about our hidden gems.
All right, so we're gonna move on to another game that I guess should, in theory, be happy, but is still about being dead, and that is I Am Dead. So, uh-oh, my video doesn't seem to be displaying here. I have not played this yet. I have it, but I have not played it yet. But I've been watching it for a while. So this is by Annapurna Studios, or Annapurna Interactive, and the developer was Hollow Ponds. It was originally released on Windows and the Switch on October 8th, 2020, and then it was re-released for PlayStation and Xbox, either the last gen or now gen, current gen, on August 9th, 2021. So it's been out for a little bit, but not for super long. It's about a year old, give or take. And this is again a puzzle game, and once again, it's about death in a way. But what's happening here in this game is you are a curator for a museum on an island, and this island has an inactive volcano. Well, after your death, then you're a ghost on this island, and you're met with your dog, which passed away a while ago. And she's kind of become your spirit guide. And what's happening is the volcano is becoming active once again. So you need to get together with all the other ghosts of the island. And because apparently together, somehow you have the ability to stop this volcano from erupting. But to do that, you need to basically help these ghosts out. And you do that by collecting memories of their life, things that they enjoyed, things that they liked. And by doing this, you're going to be able to bring everybody together and save the island. So yeah, you're going to be working with other spirits, basically. And the gameplay is really interesting because if you've ever played basically any game, if you can get into the right angle, there's a thing called clipping. And for gamers, we're well aware of what clipping is. For non-gamers, maybe you're not so aware. But basically, clipping is when the camera moves inside an object and you can see the interior of the object. And a lot of times you get really weird things like inverted faces or textures not rendering, so you can see like somebody's eyeballs and teeth, but there's no skin. You get really weird things when that happens. And so, but this game is built around basically that idea. And so what you can do is it's very much a hidden object game. And what you'll do is you'll be in an area and you can click on objects and kind of zoom in on them. But then you can kind of control the camera to kind of phase through an object where you get this kind of two-dimensional what's the word I'm looking at? Cross section of it, similar to basically how an MRI scans your brain. So you're kind of getting that effect, you know, where you can kind of like move through layers of it. And what you're doing is you're looking for memories, and there are just things within things within things here. So, for example, you could click on a house, and then in the house you can click on a desk, and then, you know, on the desk you can look through the desk and you find there's a box inside the desk, and then you click on the box and you can scan through the box and you find a cookie, and maybe the cookie is reminds somebody of their grandmother or something like that. So you're basically going through the town looking for all these memories and just kind of looking through things, like how here we can see how they're looking through a toaster and stuff like that. So it's kind of an interesting concept in that they're taking a law in a lot of games and they're turning it into a mechanic where this is basically how you play. So that to me was really, really interesting. And also the art style is very similar to a lot of their other things, like Untitled Goose Game, Donut County. You're also going to see maybe kind of a similar concepts as Watam or Katamari. So it's got this kind of cutesy look to it. Now, like as I've said, I have it in my library and I'm gonna play it, but I haven't quite gotten to it yet. But from what I've heard, it's not as depressing as Spiritfarer. So it's a little bit happier, a little more upbeat. Uh, the characters there, you're looking for happy memories. You're not facing their regrets. You're looking for things that they loved in life and things that they enjoyed in life. So in a way, you're more celebrating the joys of life and and whatnot. So yeah, as this museum curator, you're now curating uh, people's lives in a way, and that includes you can scan into people themselves and you can see memories inside their heads. So yeah, so you're going through the lives of these people and instead of finding out what went wrong and allowing them to find peace, you're finding what went right and what brought them peace in life. So yeah.
Can you scan the internet history as well?
I don't think you can scan their internet history. I don't think it works quite that. I don't think that works. Um,
Shame.
yeah,
It- So they are the guys who make the Entitled Goose Game?
I don't know if it's the same people. It's the same publisher, but I don't know if it's the
Okay.
same developer or not. I don't remember who made Untitled Goose Game, so I don't know if it was the same ones or not. I don't think so, but it might be.
Okay, so because from the Goose Game, I remember the whole game is based on the very interesting gameplay more than the story. So would that be a bit like this, you think?
Yeah, I think this
Mm,
is
much more focused on the gameplay?
I think this one it's yeah, there's more of it's not this deep story of say Spiritfarer or something like that. I think this is more of a very surface level story. We can see the guy here with his tuba. You have this guy, and maybe he was the town musician or something like that. And I don't think this. I don't think you're going so deep into these people's lives. I think it's more about just a very simple story. Just so you don't have to think too much, but more about the gameplay and the exploration and the searching through things. I think that's definitely more of the goal there.
Ah, that's interesting. And do you know what public reaction was to this game?
From what I've
Was
seen,
it
it's been pretty
good
positive.
or?
That people have been enjoying it, and again, I think this is because this is not a typical. It's not a platformer. Uh, it's not a shooter. You know,
Is it
uh,
more like a 3D point and click?
yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, it's a hidden object kind of puzzle game. So like the ones where you're in a room and you click on the book and the book shifts and there's a key underneath and stuff like that, and you have to find objects. It's more like that. So I think that it's been getting pretty positive reviews, but I think the people that are playing it are typically the people that were looking for something like this to begin with. So it's not like so it's not a game that the general masses are going to be playing. Uh, and as such, you're going to get the opinion of people that basically want exactly this kind of gameplay. But for people that were looking for that, they've been very satisfied with it and very happy with it, and I think it's a good choice for if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, then I think it would be a good choice.
Okay, do you know what the cost was?
I do not know the cost off the top of my head. I know that I got it on sale. Let me think. Okay, so I got it on sale, but I think the original price was around 500 Taiwan dollars, a little more. So divide that by 3. So it should
Is it
be
I
hmm?
Am Dead? I Am Dead, I have it on Steam at 22 Canadian dollar,
Yeah.
and the reviews are very positive.
Yeah. But again, like I said, this is probably played by people that go into it knowing what they're going to be getting into it, as opposed to a game where, for instance, some other games basically they're popular and so everybody starts jumping on the bandwagon and then they're like, oh, this sucks. So,
Yeah, but I think, at least to me, that's the whole purpose of a hidden gem.
oh yeah,
Not many people know about it, but the people, the connoisseur, they are like, it was fantastic, and it's not well known enough, and that's a shame because this developer, I want to give them money so they keep releasing, titles like this.
100% agree. So yeah, I definitely think that if you're into point and click games and you like these kinds of styles and that sort of thing, I definitely think this is the kind of game that should be picked up and played.
It really looks interesting. I think I'm gonna wishlist. wish list it right away.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, let me see if I got my notes here. Uh, okay, so and then it's not very long. So they say that it should take you about 4 hours to finish it. So if you're just playing through, but it will
Oh,
take less than 10 hours if you're a completionist. So if you want to do everything in the game, it should take you less than 10 hours to finish the entire thing. So
oh, that could be something fun to stream then,
yeah,
to think about.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I finished Donut County in I think either one or two streams. I think I finished it in one stream that was about 3 hours long, or maybe it was two
You
streams.
guys stream too long. You guys are crazy.
But well, we don't have kids, so it's a different world over here.
Yeah, I know, I know. It's just too long for me to watch. You can stream like 3 hours, but cut it in half an hour so I can watch it. Otherwise, I'm like, oh God, 3 hours. No, I will never have the time to watch that.
Well, I think the advantage of long streams is that people can jump in and out. If you're only a half hour, everybody has to be there at that half hour. But if you're there for say
Oh,
two
no, no,
hours,
no.
everybody can jump in when they're available.
No, I mean, you can stream for 3 hours, but for YouTube, just make a half an hour VOD, like
Oh,
to
okay,
cut
yeah, break it up
this
into
late.
shorter videos on YouTube. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly like you do for this show. It's much digestible, much
Yeah,
more.